All right, UMAC fans, we are here for our 2021 softball season preview. We are with University of Northwestern head coach Alicia Dumanso. She, in the last two seasons when we actually played softball, her team has won the conference tournament and gone on to the NCAA tournament, which has been really exciting for her program. And they are obviously really excited to get back to playing after seeing a abruptly shortened season in 2020. So we're glad she can be here with us to talk a little bit about what it means to compete this year and get back on the dirt and play some softball. So Alicia, thanks for joining us. Let's kind of start there. What does it mean to finally have the hope and the prospect that we will be playing softball and get back after what will be almost a year since your team has competed?
Yeah, to say it's been much anticipated is kind of an understatement. We are so overjoyed to get back. And I know you mentioned we're excited to get back on the dirt, but we are excited to get on the turf as well. So,
Yes, turf for some of those more fortunate. You have that, and your season will fortunately probably get going a little sooner than others. And I think it's exciting. Dome games are coming up, so we're excited to have your program and others get going here in the UMAC. But it has been almost a year since competition. So, how do you think your program has handled all that's happened in this last year? And how have you talked about preparation and getting ready for hopefully a pretty full season this year?
yeah, I think the pandemic has affected everyone in different ways. You know, it's a large lesson in how to deal with adversity and um, how to handle things that are out of your control. So we just have tried to be positive, and we're a close knit community, and we consider ourselves family. So to have that kind of abruptly taken away from us this last spring was hard, but it definitely makes us thankful for every day that we have together. So
Yeah.
just
So,
working together. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's good to just think every day as a gift and be able to prepare and work hard and get back at it together.
Yeah, I think going off of that, how have you managed to keep the team motivated? I know going to distance learning pretty much immediately as soon as you get back to campus and from spring break, and then kind of having some of that hybrid stuff this fall and not necessarily probably having as much contact as you're used to. What were some of the things that you've been able to work with the team to stay motivated and focused on this opportunity to get back to playing?
Yeah, I think it's just reminding each other to take care of themselves and to just kind of keep your eyes on that light at the end of the tunnel. That having that hope to get back together soon. And we were really thankful that our school was able to get the kids back on campus this fall, and so we were able to have a full fall season and get back on the field, which was really important for our girls.
Yeah. Um, I think that is kind of getting us back to that sense of normal a little bit, and having a full fall season, I know, is probably different than even some programs. I think all of our institutions are in different places on where they were able to do that. But does this season feel any different as you kind of talk about approaching it, or is it kind of just trying to give some of that normalcy back to the team?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I think there's the lesson to be learned. If you remember what you lost, it's a lot easier to take each day as a gift and to accept it and work really hard and to have that hunger. You go through the motions and do the same thing each year, every year for us coaches and for our teams, and to have that taken away, I think it gives us a different perspective as we get back to it this year.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mentioned it at the beginning. Your team prior to last season had come off of two really successful, seasons where you kind of picked up energy and momentum near the end of the year, and so that kind of stalled obviously with the break. And now your team probably looks very different than that team from 2019. But does any of that play into some of the things you talk about leading up to this season, or is it really just we're just focused more on just getting to play at this point?
I think there's always a focus each year, and it doesn't change because we've had COVID. For us, we are always to try to play our best ball at the end of the season when it matters the most. And so we look at each day as a growth opportunity. And so we challenge ourselves in our off season, or not off season, but non-conference schedule, and just really work towards, that process and trusting the process, getting better, continuing to gel as a team so that by the time we get to that conference tournament, we're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah. So I guess kind of just to wrap up, I think obviously like getting to play has been a focus of for all of our sports. Like we're just excited to get to play. But for you as a coach, what are you most looking forward to about this season after finally, having that long break and finally getting an opportunity? Is it just the competition or are there other things you're excited about?
I love to compete, so I think getting back out on the dirt, turf, whatever surface we're on, I think is just a gift to be able to compete. I think I don't just speak for myself, but I know all of us coaches just miss that aspect of being out on the field, having that camaraderie between coaches and teams, and just competing. That's what we're here to do. So having the opportunity to do that is exciting.
Yeah. And we are excited too. And I think we talked about this offline, but our group of coaches is just so amicable and works really well together. And even after a game, it's fun to see interactions. And I think just getting back to that conference aspect is going to be really exciting too, to see teams you're familiar with competing and against programs you're used to. So I know we certainly are excited and obviously hoping the winter weather subsides soon so we can get back to being outside and enjoying sports again outside. So thanks so much for joining us and really just appreciate you taking time to do this and look forward to following your team in the rest of the conference this season.
Thanks for having me, Sarah.